One pepper is 69p. I remember, now I'm talking like an old person. I remember when three of those was 69 pounds. Oh my God. You know you're in a Hungarian household when there's always sour cream with basically everything. Look, someone thought that putting spirits into glass is boring, so they put it in a can. Oh my God, this is the best for last. Lego, the first scene when Darth Vader walks in to the spaceship. Oh my God, this is iconic, absolutely iconic. I just look at this scene and I hear the music, I hear the voice of Darth Vader. These people knew how to make movies. So I'm based in London, UK, and I live here, I studied here. And this weekend there was a very special event where people in Chiswick opened their houses. People, I'm talking about artists. And you can visit the artist in his home, not just his studio, in his home. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity. And for some reason, no one wanted to come with me. And obviously, I don't want to show up alone because that is so strange. I don't go alone to the cinema. I hate it when I need to go alone. And I don't like to go alone to restaurant. I was in my life only once alone in a restaurant and it felt so bad. So I didn't go, but I really wanted to go for this event because I think this is a wonderful opportunity. I know artists and they usually very closed up people. They are very introverted. They don't like to talk to strangers especially, but they don't want to talk to people even who they know. And now that someone managed to organize this event where you can visit them, it's wonderful. This event was about artists who are dealing with ceramics, statues, so we're talking about sculptures and all this sort of stuff. But on the side, I am subscribed to a newsletter as well, which does the same thing. Open houses. I always inform you about open houses when a painter lets you into the flat, the house, to obviously sell the painting and talk about the paintings. And this is absolutely wonderful event, and I don't understand why none of my friends want to accompany me to go one of these events. Long time ago, with friends, we were traveling around in Central Europe, and we went to the Czech Republic, and we visited a factory where they make beer. And there was a lady, very tall, blonde woman, who was the guide that day in the beer factory, and she talked about the process, the name, all the lawsuit, all the legends, how the brand name was chosen and how they build the actual factory, the building. She was talking about the building. She was talking about an employee, a worker, his day, how was the beginning, how was the end of the shift and all that stuff. And it was super interesting. And whenever I go to the shop and I see this particular beer brand, I think about this day in the beer factory. And that's why it's very interesting to me. Of course, you can buy a coffee cup for like, I don't know, £5 or something. But it's so much more interesting if you can visit an artist house who makes coffee cups, and the person would talk about their life, why they choose to be, someone who spends all day making coffee cups and then sell it and then inviting people to his house, to his studio, and talk about the process, talk about the colors, talk about the forms, the technique, particular styles he likes to use. And if he ever thinks about the customers, where the coffee cups gonna make their journey to, and all that stuff, this is very interesting, where they get the inspiration from, why they do what they do. There's like, they can travel the world and instead they staying in one place. They probably renting a studio, they renting a place, and they decided to focus on this, making coffee cup. This is so interesting. Not so long ago, we were in one of the market, and that was this particular day when only people who are selling their own creation were there. So there was lots of people who were making, like, you know, these sort of boxes that you can open if you solve a riddle or something like that. So all these games and everything, what they make at home. And when we talk to the people, the creators, it was so much fun. So that's why I don't understand why I can't get any of my friends to come with me this weekend for the artist open house in Chiswick and a couple of other areas where we can visit the houses and then the studios of the artists who makes ceramics and statues and everything. Oh my God, I don't want to go alone because, you know, I might be completely alone. I was at some sort of book signing and it was only like 2 people showing up, and well, it's very very difficult to be there. And yeah, I need to find a friend who wants to come for this because I don't want to go alone.